there's the red dot. There it is. That damn red dot.
Somehow it feels like we've been here before, RJ.
I know.
Starting the second segment.
I'll tell you, that deja vu shit's real.
Glitch in the Matrix. I saw a black cat. Was it the same cat?
It might have been.
Was it the exact same cat? Was it different? Okay.
I'm open to it.
There's a glitch.
There was a glitch. So we are back from Tatooine.
That's right.
And Yoda says,
it's a beautiful planet.
It gets a bad rap. It really does.
Now, the way when the sun's setting and you can see another gigantic planet.
Are there like
right
3 suns setting?
Yeah, it's something
It's
crazy.
not one sun.
But it looks like a bunch of planets, and they're large. It's not like planets we see that are stars.
But the visibility is great.
Gorgeous.
It is. I think it's underrated. I do.
Underrated?
I'm serious. Fuck Disney World. I mean, you need to get this in your fucking holiday plan.
You got to talk to Bezos to get up there.
You do. So Yoda says hi. Joe Boo is right here, just waiting to pounce. We are back. Welcome back to IDD.
It's the id.
The id with a stutter. That would be I don't disagree. That is Tom Izzo, the one and only Tom Izzo. I am the redoubtable RJ Migliaccio. The G is silent. On the field in the sack, it's Hawaiian. It's Migliaccio. Or is that Jamaican?
Migliaccio.
It's Migliaccio.
So,
if you want to know how to say it, just get pissed. You should talk to my wife. She's an expert.
So think about it like this. A GL is almost like 2 L's in Spanish. A GL in Italian is almost like 2 L's.
I would say it's a good word.
Right? Like the word familia in Spanish, F-A-M-I-L-I-A, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, so it's
familia.
like...
It's La Familia.
Yeah, so it's like a L-I-A in Spanish.
But the G is Migliaccio.
Yeah, but I mean familia in Italian
so for my
is spelled with a G.
Dumbass younger brother, who all our friends called our dad Coach Mig, so the G is high, so it's Coach Mig. So that's where he gets stuck. Oh yeah, but suddenly they're all right, but all the people that it's their name are wrong.
No, on the American nickname, you pronounce the G.
The G is pronounced. It's
okay, on the Italian last name,
if you're Tom, Migliaccio, Migliaburpo, whatever. So anyway.
All right,
we're back. We're getting sidetracked again.
Let me take control.
Tatooine was a good time.
All right, I'm sorry. No, it was me.
Should have been at that bar. The Mets fans were raging at that bar.
I was trying to explain how the word familia in Spanish is spelled with just the L-I-A. Maybe it's 2. I don't know now. God.
It's 1. It's L-I-A.
And in Italian, familia is spelled with the G in it. Famiglia.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's familia.
That's a combination of minor and famiglia.
Okay, so let's get into a think piece.
Yes, we're in a think piece tonight. This is segment 2. Back to IDD, and Tom's got the think piece tonight. And you know what? I am very curious to see, because usually I have a pulse where I think he's going to go with something. I have no idea where he's going with this.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I brought it up in the first segment.
Yeah, but you're like a pretty good pokey.
Okay, so here we go.
Anyway, dive in.
Allow me to dive in. You can call me Luganus if you want. I'm headed straight for that deep end. We're not walking down the steps, feeling out the water.
Right.
Straight into the agua, if you will.
La agua.
So, my think piece for the night is, as I was, would you say opining? I feel like I've heard Mike Greenberg say that word. As I was opining over the Mets season, thinking about it, basically. Halfway through the season, they've won 50 games.
What the hell does that even mean?
Thinking.
Opining? Pondering.
No. I know what pondering is. Opining is kind of like...
So opining is a word you didn't make that
Yes.
up? Okay.
I've heard some of these professionals use it, so I figured I'd drop it in.
Yes, you did. You dropped it in.
Okay,
go on.
So I was thinking about the Mets season. Okay, they've won 50 games. They're on pace to win 100, but they're not playing good baseball right now. And I'm a little down, even though when you look at it on paper, they've had a great first half, and they have. But I can't stand those people when you're in that situation where your team is playing the worst baseball of the year. I can't stand when somebody says, yeah, but if I asked you, you'd have, if I told you before the season started that you'd have 50 wins halfway through the season, would you take it? I can't stand that.
And yet we're best friends. Because that phrase comes out of my mouth 3 or 4 times a day.
And I fucking hate it every time it comes out.
And yet, he still loves me.
Well, yeah.
He still loves me. See?
Yeah, we don't have to agree on everything.
No. But, what's funny? Until just now, I did not know We've been friends almost 5. It'll be 5 years in August. I did not know that this drove him nuts, and he's been listening to me say that multiple times for almost 5 years.
Let me be
and
clear.
now I'm hearing this.
Let me be clear.
Now,
let me be clear. Anytime I bring up something,
how many times have you been in a trust tree?
Listen.
How many times?
Listen. Anytime I bring up something on our little podcast thing that I talk about hating or disliking, I'm exaggerating. Okay, this doesn't drive me crazy.
You just said you fucking hate it.
I'm fucking doing a show.
So am I.
So calm down and go with the bit.
You're usually 100% genuine. Now you're telling me you're not.
Oh my God. I'm saying sometimes I exaggerate, especially when I've talked to Yoda.
Well,
okay,
that's fair.
All right. I'm not saying every time you say this, I want to punch you in the face.
But I too have talked to Yoda. So maybe I'm maybe if I picked up on
all I'm saying is, like, you were like, this drives you crazy. Look, this is a think piece. I was thinking about the statement.
You're right.
And as I analyzed the statement, I started saying to myself, I kind of fucking hate that statement. Okay?
Which I did not know.
Right.
We've been friends. How
right.
long?
So,
couldn't tell.
But I don't think I ever realized how much I hated it until I just thought about it today. Okay? So, I hate that. Because, to me, I'm very much a creature of the moment. I live my life in the moment. I prefer to enjoy what I'm going through at this point because I think I get frustrated when I look back or look forward. Just as a personal, like, how I live. It helps me sometimes, it hurts me sometimes. In this situation, it's hurting me. Because I understand that the person, many times RJ, he did it tonight,
already.
The person who makes the comment is trying to make me feel better. Right?
That's
so
one aspect of it.
I appreciate the intent of the statement. Hey, but look at it like this. If before the season, and before the season I thought the Mets weren't going to be shit.
Even though you saw who they added, they were actually in first place last year without most of these guys, and that you didn't find that encouraging.
No.
And they had Buck Showalter coming in as a manager, and you didn't find this encouraging?
Okay, let me backtrack a little bit.
Please do.
I didn't think the Mets weren't going to be shit, but I wasn't going to let them fool me, I guess. I was like, you know what? I see these signings, but I feel like they've gotten old. Scherzer's old, Marte's old, Canna's old. I know. But being the pessimist that I am when it comes to the Mets, I was like, yeah, but all this shit's going to happen, right? We're going to get derailed. So when they blew out of the gates and we're 21 games over,
they're on a record pace at one.
At the beginning of July, I was like, holy shit, this is a really good team, and my expectations changed.
In 1 3-month stretch?
Yes.
Okay, keep going. I want to hear the rest of this.
Okay, but you got to take this into account.
I am.
I had never seen this team play because they got a brand new outfield.
Yeah.
Okay. They got Scherzer on the pitching staff, but I hadn't seen any of this happen. I was thinking about injuries.
Yeah.
Then before
potential injuries?
Potential injuries.
Okay.
Yeah, with the age.
Gotcha.
Then during spring training, Jacob deGrom throws 4 innings, and he has a stress reaction in his shoulder. He's out till July. Okay?
Yeah.
So that really brought me down.
Okay.
And now my expectations of this team are like, yeah, they can't compete without Jake. Because I hadn't seen the new additions and what they were actually going to do for us yet. So I was still thinking about last year's team, minus deGrom, no way you do anything. Okay? So now, after 2 months when deGrom's gone, they lose Scherzer after like 8 starts, and then they still win, and I say, wow, this team is good. My expectations went from, oh, they could win without deGrom. Then they went to, oh shit, they might be able to win without Scherzer and deGrom. This is a really good team. So when I see them go through a 2-week stretch where they don't look like that at all, I'm a creature of the moment. I'm prisoner to that moment, and all I can see is the last 2 weeks, and I forget about the first 3 plus months. 2+ months.
All right,
so that's why.
So you hate when someone tries to take the high road here and sees the positive in the negative. Takes the negative out of positive, which if you had good parents, at some point they mentioned that to you. Always take a negative and turn it over. I can't believe you've never heard that. If you did, I feel sorry for you because you got robbed of, you should have got better parents.
I don't think my parents ever said those words.
If they didn't say it, they
I'm not saying they never showed me how or encouraged me to.
They probably implied it many times. Sure.
They imply the opposite many more times. They're New Yorkers. Don't tell me your parents fucking were half glass full.
I didn't say they were, but they when you're teaching just about like a life lesson, as a parent, you're usually being positive, hopefully.
My dad's a Mets fan.
This ain't about the Mets.
Yeah, it is.
General. The Mets are... Oh, I'm not going to say this because I know his dad. Because it's probably true in his dad's case. But anyway, so my point is, look.
They painted the positive. My dad...
The things that tick you off really tick me off.
Dude.
Okay? Because these are things that you never even would think to tick someone off, but then you have a guy like this in your life, and everything up is down, and pink is blue, and whatever.
Not always.
It's not always.
I'm an optimist at many times.
You know what?
It's about the moment.
It's live it
from moment to moment.
Your team. Well, here from moment to moment, your freaking team.
I'm a pessimist. I'm a pessimist. I'm mostly optimist, but when I'm pessimistic, man, I lead the way. That's why the P's at the front.
You just said
I'm a pessimist.
You live in the moment. Like every you don't go past 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. All right. Well, here's the problem.
Maybe not 2 weeks.
Here's the problem. What you just said. From day fucking that's FUCKING 1. Okay. The Mets have been in first place. Up, down, backwards, forwards, rain, shine, sleet, snow, hail, whatever. The Mets have ended. The other day, the Mets are still in first place. They have been there for 3 months. They've been there for 82 games.
You're right.
82 effing games, and you knew they weren't going to go 82-0, so you had to expect some of this.
They deserve credit.
So more than
I'm an asshole.
More than credit. Yes, you are. You're dabbling in the whole ass category, okay? Because honestly, if my team was in first effing place since April 1st to July 7th,
you're full of shit.
If I wouldn't be mad, I would not be mad.
You are full of shit.
No, I would not be mad. I have the floor.
You are full of shit.
No, it's not. I am not full of shit.
You are just like this.
No, I am not. I don't say I don't get mad in the moment, but the moment to me is 5 minutes. It's not like the next day.
Get the fuck out.
I have friends, in fact, Jimmy Hayes will
the Patriots could be 18-0 going into a game and he goes, they're not winning this one.
Well, they didn't.
I was exaggerating. Every time the Patriots are doing well,
I was right.
He will crush them in a big league, and then they win.
That's not, no. I will crush them because they're always, the reason that they struggle is because of the one obvious thing that they don't address.
Now he's going to rationalize him acting like me, the exact same way.
You can rationalize you acting like you. Why can't I rationalize me?
Because you were just telling me I couldn't rationalize me.
I was saying that. I understand you getting mad after a loss, but you never let me get that out. You let me explain my full point. There was 2 things I wanted to say. You didn't let me finish. Okay, I understand the night to night when you lose. I get the getting mad over that. But the other night, if you look at the standings, you're still sitting on top of the fucking division or the league. That's your silver lining. I'm not saying don't get mad in the moment, or you can't get mad, or you're devoid of emotion. No, not at all. No, what I'm saying is that if you're looking at this moment to moment, at the end of every segment of these moments is the fact the fucking Mets are in first place. No matter what happens, you still look up. They're still looking down, everybody. They're still looking down. And then after tonight, in segment 1, when it was all going to happen, and then the ship was taking on water and all this other crap, and the violins started playing, and it was 3-2. And they had 10 hits. And that's worse than 3 hits and no ones. No, it is not. Okay? It was 3-2 versus 6 to absolute nothing.
I hate that you're applying logic to this.
That's what I do.
But you don't apply.
Somebody's going to be logical on this show. Look, listen,
asshole. This should be a safe space. I'm bringing up the fact
that it is a safe space.
Yeah, but I can't tell you about my feelings.
You can't.
Moment to moment without you being like, you can't feel.
No. I just said I understand the whole in the moment.
It's a generational thing.
That's not.
Yep, that's what it is.
That's not what I even said.
Can't talk about your feelings.
No, that's not what I'm. Where are you getting that? No, what I said was I understand and I get it. Getting moment in the moment where they lose the game, right there and then you're being mad. But I don't care. It doesn't, because at the end of the night, before I go to bed, I look at the standings and the Mets are still in first place.
But see,
so things went wrong and you're still in first place. So always try and find the positive and the negative. Now here's the thing.
Dude, I understand. You're applying logic to this. It's not logical. It's emotions. Emotions are not logical.
They don't have to.
Look,
they don't have to.
I
be.
can sit here and agree with you all day. I should not feel like this.
I understand.
I'm just telling you I do.
I know, and what I'm saying is,
And because misery loves company, when I say I'm pissed about the Mets and somebody tries to show me the other side, I don't want that kind of company. I want a miserable motherfucker to talk to and just bury.
Tom, whose team lost 7-1 tonight?
Yours.
Check misery.
Right, but you're not being miserable.
No,
You can say you're miserable, but if you're showing me the light side,
I'm
you're not
miserable.
being miserable.
I'm miserable in the moment, but we're talking about a specific thing here where I'm trying to say, look, I understand why you feel this way. What I'm simply saying to you is at the end of the night, because I have these moments too. We all have them. Okay, when they lose a game.
Right, so just come into this dark hole with me and enjoy
I'm trying to tell you, how do you enjoy that?
You don't enjoy being miserable?
No.
Oh my God, you're not from the Northeast.
No, I'm just used to it. Okay? I'm used to being miserable because it's not always sports
Because you enjoy it.
Who the hell enjoys being miserable?
The only way you'd stay a certain way is if you got some kind of enjoyment out of it. I know I'm sick, and for some reason I enjoy being miserable sometimes. It's weird. It's part of my personality.
That is weird that you enjoy it. I understand it.
But it's like
I've been there. What I'm saying simply is what I was trying to say to you was what I do when this happens to me, which is happening right now. What I will do tonight, and I said it actually in the first segment, is that and I knew they were going to lose. They're down 6-0. They were losing. They had 3 hits. They weren't coming back. I didn't even turn it back on. In fact, I said that.
What are you, Nostradamus?
What I said was
they were going to lose at 6-0.
They weren't even going to make it a game. They might win. So the point is, what I said was, but what I said was, what I also said was, and we've got the big black, to prove it, is that when I turned down, you might have heard this a couple weeks ago. What I said was, but at the end of the night, they're going to be tied in the wild card, so it's not the end of the world. That's what I said. That is how I ended that. So I am angry, yes. And yes, he should be angry. He has a right to be angry. I'm not saying don't be angry. What I'm saying is to bring yourself back from from carry. What I'm saying is always look at the big picture at the end of the day and assess where you are.
I'm not a big picture guy. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, you need to be in a sport that is 162 fucking regular season games.
I like the little picture.
Then that's why
They're so nice. They're right there. You can see them with your eyes.
They're not nice when you lose.
I know.
But
that's what I'm telling you. For some reason, my mind must love being miserable.
Maybe it does. I don't understand that.
Because there are times when I can't get out of misery.
I don't.
For no reason. Nobody. And other times where I'm absolutely conquering life.
Nobody enjoys being miserable.
I think I do, and I don't realize. On my conscious level, look, on a conscious level, if I'm in a down state because of something, the Mets are real life problems, whatever. If I'm in a down state, while I'm going through it, I'm not enjoying it on the surface. But my point is, for me to stay in a state like that for an extended period of time, I must enjoy it on some level. Because when you don't enjoy shit, you change shit. Do you get my point? So I think on a subconscious level, there's a piece of me that somehow being miserable, that it's serving that part of me.
Hey, may I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Okay. Because you're my boy and I love it.
Are you going to say medicine?
No. That would have been the but I'm not doing that. I'm actually being serious here.
Because I'm not against medicine.
No, we've indulged in medicine already. Listen, the point is, and then maybe more. The point is, when that happens, because I know that moment, I felt that way. How I get out of it, because you don't want to stay that way the rest of the frickin' night. You're not going to go to sleep.
I'm not talking about the night.
But when you're in that state, extended period of time, the rest of the night, okay? But because you're watching these games that are played at night, you eventually have to go to bed. Well, if you're pissed off, you're not going to sleep very well. You're not. You're going to keep replaying what went wrong in your mind. We all play armchair quarterback. I could write novels on this. And, but what gets you to fall asleep is the big picture. You're like, all right, look, it's not this. The dam. It's not over. The dam is not broken, and they're still in first place. They still.
But what if the water's busting through holes?
It's game 82. If it's game 120, 162, then yeah, okay, then that would have valid. That'd be valid. But in game 82, No, it does not. Especially when you're right there.
Riddle me this.
You're right there.
Riddle me this.
If you're in last place, you don't even watch it anymore.
Riddle me this, Batman. Okay. How come
He called me Batman.
every year
Yes, Rob.
when the Patriots are headed into the playoffs, and this has been going on since I've known you, 5 years.
Yeah.
Every year
They've won 2 Super
when the
Bowls now.
playoffs start, the first thing out of your mouth is, they can't win in the playoffs.
It is.
Every year.
It is. Well, but there's a reason why I say that.
No, but there's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I didn't discount that. In fact, I agree
You were
with
about
you.
to say I didn't disagree.
No, I did not. I say that.
I almost caught your
I
ass.
say that for the end. When
You better not say I don't disagree. You almost said I don't disagree.
That's not,
Motherfucker.
it wasn't even,
You caught yourself.
That wasn't even on my mind.
We're going to replay this shit. You were going to
That
say
was
it.
not on my mind. But now it is. And
Don't
now
you say it.
I'll slip it in.
Don't you say it. Okay, so
Anyway, my
so
point
we
is-
don't get okay. You finish your point.
My point is, I'm making a suggestion. I'm trying to help you here. So I'm saying I can't prevent that from happening. It happens to me, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have emotion. That's part of getting it out of your system. But at the end of the night, or when you know you have to shut this thing off, what helps me is the big picture. Okay? And sometimes, and look, because I know what people that are watching at home are thinking, well, what if your team's in last place? Where's the big picture there? When I have a situation like that, because I've had that.
Well, when you're in last place, you have to be in the moment.
You have to be in the moment.
And when they win a game, you get excited.
But what stops you from freaking wiping out the whole management team, the whole front office of the team, the next day with a freaking with a 60 M60 is
You're talking about a mass shooting?
yeah. What stops you from doing that?
God.
What stops you from doing that is you have
Recognize the
rational
time.
you have rational thought and you find the positive. Well, look, it's just baseball. It's just a game. I got 3 beautiful kids. You can find them here. I live in Magnolia Green. I live next to this guy.
But God damn it, now you're pissing me
If
off
that
again.
if that can't help you sleep,
Now
what the
you're
hell
pissing me
can?
off again.
If I can't help you sleep, what can I? If I can't put you to sleep, which maybe I probably already have, that means I'm doing my job.
RJ.
What?
Well, you were sharing that thought.
Yes.
I realized what my dislike of this phrase comes from. I realized it. No, dude. It came from when I was a kid. I realized. Okay, so
Yes.
my dad is a very big Met fan. He grew up in Queens Village. So he's been a Mets fan for most of his life. And because of him, I am a Mets fan. And I might be a bigger Met fan than my dad.
Do you really believe that?
I think so.
Based
Yeah.
on what?
Based on how ridiculous I'm invested in it.
Yeah, but you don't see him now. You have
No, but I
idea.
talked to him. Okay.
Yeah, but he's talked to you most times after he's calmed down.
Maybe you're right. Me and my dad had
you
such
don't-
a great commiseration
Oh.
session the other day. It was really therapeutic. But hang on. I'm going back to a time when I was younger, and I can't remember if my dad said this to me when I was real small or by the time I was probably like a teenager, 20 years old. But, my dad all my life taught me...
Strapping ladies, man.
My dad taught me how to be miserable about the Mets.
This is how you do it, son.
Yeah. I remember one
Don't
time.
just-
I remember. Okay, my dad might get mad at me for this. But one time we were at a game at Shea Stadium, and the Mets were down. Howard Johnson comes up with the bases loaded. Howard Johnson was my cousin Sal's favorite player, and my dad hated Howard Johnson. He thought he was really dumb. Because he was just like a klutz out there sometimes. But I mean,
Every team has the resident dopey.
But
There's a dopey on every
Howard
team.
Johnson had some all-star seasons. Anyway,
And he was a dopey.
so Howard Johnson's coming up. My cousin's all excited. Crowd's all on their feet. Howard Johnson pops up. End of the inning. And my dad looks at my cousin, who's like 5 years older than me, and we're kids at the time, and he goes, "See, Sal, I told you he was an idiot." See, Sal, I told you he was an idiot. Okay, so my
How dare he
dad,
pop out in a
my
fly.
dad taught me all my life how to be negative about the Mets.
You know,
and your
that
sports
sentence just told me 2 things. Now I know exactly why you are the way you are, and 2, there is no way you are a more passionate fan than me.
No, but I'm telling you, he put it in me because this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. No, later in life, I think this is how it happened. When I was like in my 20s, I used to get so pissed about the Mets when shit would happen, right? And that was around the time when I was, 20 24 when the Mets got beat to by the Cardinals in the NLCS, and I told you it made me stop going to class, and I freaking failed my last class of my career.
Flushed his education down the toilet.
No, but then I retook it. Okay, but so my dad taught me how to be miserable like that. But as he saw me in my elder life when I was in my 20s,
my elder life, in my mid-20s,
whenever I would get super down about the Mets, he would do what you're doing right now.
Being a good father.
He would be like, Tom, either way, you got to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Either way, the sun's going to come up in the morning.
Don't we do that in everything in life?
I know, but I think what happened...
Why does sports have to be different?
But I think that triggered me because...
I don't want to hear that.
No, because in my head, I'm like, hang on a second. You're the same guy that when Howard Johnson popped out and Sal was brokenhearted, you looked at him and said, see, Sal, I told you he's an idiot. You are the king of being miserable about the Mets.
I love
Don't try to turn me positive. Be miserable with me. Be happy. Be happy that I'm emulating you in this way.
Your father is dead. See, first of all, your father's too smart to be that dumb. So I know when he did that, it was out of sarcasm because he knows that people pop up all the time. That's not what makes them dumb.
No, that is how my dad thought back then.
Your dad.
My dad has evolved. He's not still like that.
I hope not. If that's true. I thought he was just busting poor Sally's balls.
No, he was mad at Howard Johnson. No, my dad was mad at Howard Johnson for popping out. So mad that he turned to my cousin Sal and tried to get the hatred out of his own.
Popping out, usually, logically speaking, doesn't make a person an idiot. What makes a person an idiot is like when the ball's caught in the air and he runs off the bag.
I understand.
That makes a person an idiot.
My dad was pissed because he didn't come through.
Yeah.
And he was miserable, so he called him an idiot to a kid that loved him. My point is that my dad was the best at being miserable about the Mets, and when he started to change, I think he started seeing...
You hear that, Mr. Rizzo? Nobody does misery like you.
Well, no, now it's me. Now it's me.
You think you're better at misery than your father?
Now,
I beg to differ.
My dad has evolved, and he realizes when he sees me that I haven't. That's why he tries to turn me positive.
You haven't hit that low.
Yes, I have.
Oh, really? You've told a kid what your father told you? You have not.
I mean, I've called guys idiots. I've
never turned to your son and said something.
I might have said something like that to Maddie.
No, you didn't.
I might have.
No, you didn't.
No, and that's the crazy part. I hate calling the players' names. That's wrong.
Yeah, but now you're gonna lambaste them on a pop-out?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's a game.
I couldn't pop out if I was up there.
Yeah, there's probably 5 of them in a game on average.
Again, it's not logical.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So why do you keep trying to bring logic into it?
Because the logic suggests that your father is way worse than you are.
Okay,
because I can't see you saying that to a kid.
Right.
You're making my point. Yeah, he's worse than you. That's my point.
And my point is, if he's worse than me, why is he trying to turn me positive? Let me be negative.
Because he doesn't. You know why? Because every good dad.
Because he loves me.
Because every good dad doesn't want their son to end up like that.
Because he loves me.
My father said that. I love you. My father said that to me. He goes, "Look, I don't want you to end up like me. I want you to be better than me. If you're end up better than me, I failed." My father told me that when I was 11 years old, and it was one of the greatest things he ever said to me. At that point, I loved my father forever. Like, how many times he whipped my ass? And I deserved all those, if we're being honest. But I earned every damn one of them, trust me. But my dad, because every dad has regrets that they can't go back, and they're one of their wishes, I think, I'm speaking as a father here and him. And again, I'm not trying to speak for all parents of it, but I think one thing is everybody has some regrets in life because we're human. And one thing you wish for your kids, I don't want them to end up with some of the things that I have to live with. So you want to teach them. If they go through one less hardship in their life than you did, because something you taught them, you're doing your job. Okay.
Oh my God, my dad!
Yeah, and that's your
my dad gave me an amazing life.
Yeah, and he did. And you turned out to be an amazing guy, and that's kudos to your parents.
Yeah, thanks to them.
So they were good parents. I know that about them. I haven't met them. I know you, and I know that's where that comes from. So it comes from somewhere.
Something this good doesn't just come from nowhere.
To nowhere. There's a evolution. No, it doesn't just happen like that. Like boom.
It's nurtured. Yeah. It's nurtured. It's cared for. It's watered.
Generation.
Okay, it's fed.
It's passed down. Anyway, the point
it's taught.
My point is that you have regrets in your life. I have regrets in my life, and I don't want my kids to have those. So, and if I can teach them those things so they can avoid the road that I want to make, less speed bumps, if you will, then that's my job as a parent, is to show them, guide them, and make sure they don't repeat your mistakes. If you're not doing that, then first of all, you tell me you're perfect, which is a load of shit. Nobody's perfect. Everybody here is screwed up at something. Okay? If you're not doing that, either you're perfect, which you're not, or you don't care. Because that's probably the first thing you think about as a parent. Well, look, I want to make sure that they don't do the things I did. And I got away with it. Maybe they won't. I got lucky. Maybe they won't. That's the other thing. You had regrets like that, too. So that's my point. So as a parent, if you're trying to be a parent, you're trying to make sure your kids have a better life than you. And you help them avoid some of the things that you hit on. Probably your parents told you and you didn't listen to it. Okay?
Public service announcement from our very own Papa Mig.
Papa Mill.
Papa Mig.
Migliaccio.
No, the American nickname is Mig, not Mill.
That's right. We're in America.
Come on.
America.
Okay, so
America.
before I tie a bow on this, I just want to respect something that you just said that I thought was very honest, and I think some people are dishonest about it, or maybe they're just different than me, and that's their truth. But you said everyone has regrets, and I think that's such a true statement.
A lot of them.
And it's okay to have regrets. Yeah. A lot of people say, you got to live life with no regrets.
That's impossible.
I think if you're living a good life,
yeah,
with some real substance to it, there's going to be things you regret because you're that emotionally invested in your life.
Sure.
So I'm glad you said that because I got a million regrets.
Yeah, I do.
But also a million things that I'm glad they happened the way they did.
Yeah.
But just to put a bow on this situation, love you, Dad, by the way. To put a bow on this, and love you too, Papa Mig, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Moved on.
He's probably yelling at me.
He's watching.
He's watching.
There's no doubt he's watching.
There's no doubt he's watching.
And he's like, who's this? Who's this schlub sitting next to you?
My father used to have a yellow football. He used to ref games. Whenever he'd throw a flag in the middle of the room. And if he could throw a flag right, you'd see it come right. So anyway,
keep throwing flags on me because I'm a fraud.
Flags. No,
but anyway, don't know you but love you. Yeah. So as we come to the end of our think piece, took us about 32 minutes to get here.
We're thinking.
Could be a record.
That's called thinking.
So we come to the end of our think piece. We're going to have a little bit of a tradition here.
Oh.
I've raised a point. I've said I disagree with this type of behavior of trying to flip a fan positive when that fan is in a negative state. I disagree with that behavior. Do not talk to me about what I would have taken prior to the season. Okay? Let me be miserable. In fact, join me. Okay? Shit on your team too. Okay? So I disagree with this behavior. RJ, now I throw it to you. Do you agree or disagree with that behavior?
I don't disagree, but what I would add...
What did you just say?
What?
You said I don't disagree.
I don't, but I would add...
You're not allowed to say that.
What are you talking... I'm adding something. I don't disagree, but I would add this one thing.
You just said I don't disagree.
I don't disagree. I'm trying to add
the first time we've ever done this at the end of the segment, and you're breaking the cardinal fucking rule. Okay, the show is called I Don't Disagree, but there's one rule. You're not allowed to say that.
What rule is that? I didn't agree to that. I disagree with that.
You disagreed with that. No, you didn't. You agreed with it.
I disagreed. I strongly...
But now then agree or disagree on this.
I don't disagree with this, but I would add one thing.
You can't say that.
There's something I would add. There's something I think you left out. That's all.
Then agree with what I'm saying.
I do disagree with it, but I'm trying to
agree or disagree.
I don't disagree with that.
That's bullshit.
What? I would disagree with that?
First episode, he's fucking dropping the fucking punt. Muffed.
I didn't drop it.
Muffed, we're going the other way. Muffed punt, we're going the other way.
I told you I was going to slip it in at some point.
Muffed it on the 1 yard line, we're going in.
And by the way, when I did, it made sense.
Okay, so you don't disagree, but...
What I would say is... We all have had that moment.
Can I have a beer? Give me a beer after that.
You want the beer?
You're going to pull that shit.
Which one do you want to Sammy?
Yeah, let me try this.
Want to watch it?
Actually, since I'm doing my cleanse, what's the lightest thing you got in there?
The lightest? Oh, shit. I don't know if I have anything like that.
I'd see a crappy Mick Ultra Spicy Pineapple. Give me that trash.
Did you try this before?
Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, this was the bad one?
It was bad.
What was the one that was good?
I don't know.
It was Frozen, remember? But then when
that was the Sam
Adams, the overrated beer.
Hold on a second. Sammy Sour. That was a great beer.
You said Sam Adams overrated. I'm telling you, that's one of their worst beers, and you love one of their worst beers.
Every other
Which tells you they are not overrated.
Okay, maybe you're right.
They are underrated.
I like to bust your chops and tell you something.
And you excel at it, but that's beside the point.
All right, where were we?
We were on.
Oh, you were not. You were. I don't disagree.
I was trying to add. Said I agreed with what I meant to say was I agree with everything you said.
Okay.
But
that's good.
That's
good.
What?
As long as you don't say I don't disagree.
It doesn't matter.
You said I agree.
You say it means the same thing.
Nope.
You can say the same thing two different ways.
Take a stance. It's A or B. It's agree or disagree.
I don't disagree.
There is no C that says I don't
imply strongly that I agree, but I would add. That's all I'm saying. You didn't let me add because you were so hell bent. You didn't understand even the phrase. I would add this one thing. Every one of us has that moment. So the thing to me is this. I have no problem with anything everyone brings up to me that's a problem or an issue, but give me a possible solution for it. Give me some hope. Don't just end it and we're screwed. If there's one thing I hate, it's that. Okay, everybody has these issues in life, but don't just at the end go and we're screwed. So you've given up and you're just going to accept this if you know it's not what you want or it's bad or it's hurting you or someone you care about. You're just going to accept it. See, that's the thing I can't accept.
But you're not part of the team.
I know that.
So you can't change it.
No, but what I'm trying to help you. Anyone that thinks like
so I'm supposed to go, God damn it, I'm pissed at the Mets. But if they trade for a reliever, if they get a DH, if they get a new catcher, we're back in the game. I'm supposed to give them that solution?
No, you're saying.
What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is the solution for that is, okay, it's first of all, in your case right now, they're still in first place.
No, you're right. And they won tonight.
So they won. They came back. They were down 3-2. They came back. They were straight. They didn't have their A game, and they still came back and won. By the way, that's another sign of a good team. A team that can win but doesn't have its A game. That's another sign of a good team. And he has ignored that.
I love the Mets.
Okay,
I love you. You played great tonight.
I have no problem with you being mad. I get mad. Dude, I'm still pissed at the Celtics. It's been the finals were over 3 weeks ago. I'm still pissed about that. Okay, the bottom line is, but I found a positive. They did something good in the offseason. They made their team better, and they didn't have to give up anything that mattered to do it. That's the positive. You got to find those things.
Okay, so you're not saying don't bring a solution. You're saying
no. I'm saying
add a positive thing.
Well, it could be a solution though. If it's something that
no, but my point is there is no solution because we're not on the team.
The solution to what I'm saying is that the solution to this is that you look at the big picture and you're like, okay, they lost tonight, took it on the chin, but they're still in first place. But they're still in the wild card. But they're this. But they're
right,
that.
That's not a solution to the Mets.
No, but you have to.
Just a positive thought.
Positive thought to end it off. Don't go to bed like that. That's what I'm saying to you. Because you go to bed like that, you're gonna stare at the ceiling all damn night.
Okay, so
which I'm sure he's done.
So here's the thing. You just said you agreed with everything I said, but and then the thing you said basically contradicts my whole shit.
No, I'm not saying.
So you basically disagreed with what I said.
No, what I said was you should feel that way in the moment, but you have to cut it. At some point, you have to cut it off. You can't let it fester. You can't let it drag into the next day.
My only point is,
unless it's of course the World Championship, you're going to drag all of season.
Okay, look, when the Mets just lost on a walk-off, okay, and I'm pissed. I don't want anyone to come up to me and tell me, yeah, but you have 3 kids and a wife. Don't be sad. No, the game just ended. I need my moment.
Who comes up to you and does that?
My dad.
Your dad calls you up.
No. I'm talking about this happened when I was
a
young.
kid.
Okay. Well, I was older. I was in my 20s. It happened like we were watching a Mets game, and it happened.
So he tried to give you a part, and you were mad about this?
That's my whole rant. My whole rant is...
It's your father!
I already explained why. My dad showed me misery. and then he wouldn't allow me to enjoy it.
No, he didn't want you to be like him. That's why he's trying to do this with the positive.
I don't know why I'm explaining this to you again. I already explained this to you.
Yeah, and I, like I said, I don't disagree with why you feel that way, but here's what you have to do. One, listen to your damn father when he's trying to help you. Two, not hate him for it.
So you disagree. I don't hate my dad for that.
No, you hate that in this instant. You hate him.
I was bringing up a funny thought for a think piece.
The whole thing's
You don't
funny.
know what a bit is.
The whole thing is funny. What I'm saying is, but to bring yourself back to sanity, okay, and sleep at night, you have to at some point find a way to let it go.
Okay, so you disagree with my statement of that behavior.
No, I understand you being mad in the moment. I'm trying to.
But you're saying that it's okay for somebody to come up and say, "Hey, but be positive."
I
because of
have
this."
never actually had someone just do that to me in the moment.
Dude, it sucks.
They let me get it out of my system, and then a certain period of time goes by, and then maybe when they think the time is right, they do that. But they don't do it in the moment because, like, you know, I'd let it.
Dude, watch ESPN this year for football. I guarantee you'll be watching a Patriots game. Okay,
Yeah.
Patriots will be 7-0. Right? Let's just hear me out. Okay, Patriots start off the year great. Okay,
I hope that happens.
Okay, let's say they're 4-2.
I would take that.
And then they go into
take that.
Okay, but look, then they go into a big week against a solid opponent and they shit the bed. Okay? And you watch that game and you're so pissed, you turn on ESPN and the person doing the sports would say, "Hey, but if you asked any Patriots fan, you know, would you take 4-3 through the first 7 with this schedule?" You would have said yes. And I guarantee in that moment you'll want to slap that person.
No, well, because that's happened to me.
So you're acting like it's never happened to you.
That part, what you just said on ESPN, that has happened to me. Someone coming up to me physically,
Okay.
That's never happened.
I'm talking.
Because usually I'm in a room with people that all feel the same way, and no one's doing that in the moment.
Okay, so then you agree.
I said
In the moment, who does that?
I said I don't disagree, but I would add this. So that means I don't disagree with you, but I would add this one thing. That's what I was trying to say.
You're not allowed to say I don't disagree. You're not allowed to say I don't disagree.
It's the name of the fucking show. And by the way, it drives you nuts.
It's basically tiptoeing around.
Have you seen that? I didn't tiptoe around. I would add. I
don't disagree, but here's my disagreement.
No, I said I would add. I openly said I would add this one thing. You need to add this.
But the one thing
That's openly saying that. I like what I really said, but. Or I really said, but.
So here's the thing, RJ. I'm basically saying, when I'm pissed about my team, don't come up to me and make a positive statement. And you're saying, I agree with that, but you should make a positive statement. It totally contradicts what I'm
saying. You have to find a way to get out of that feeling.
Right.
For it to end.
And I'm saying I don't want that. So
I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm under the assumption that people watching here aren't the nut job that you are. So you said you enjoy your misery for some ridiculous whatever. I have never enjoyed my misery.
So you disagree with what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying, but I would add this.
But you would add a contradiction of what it is.
No, I'm saying find a way to cut it off. You don't keep. I understand you in the moment feeling that way, but don't drag it out for 3 freaking months.
This is about somebody coming up to you, or you hearing it on TV, or reading it in the paper, whatever. When you're feeling down about your team.
No one in my life, when those moments have happened, like when Magic hit the hook in '86, that no one came up to me and went, "Well, you're in the finals." No one fucking said, you know why? Because I was in a fucking gym with 14,800 people that felt the same fucking way, and nobody went up to anybody and said that.
And so that is agreeing with me.
Your father coming up to his son, who he sees going down the same dark path that he's now living in a moment of clarity goes, "I gotta nip this shit in the bud."
No, logically, that's the right thing to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking you about logic, motherfucker.
I'm not asking you to be logical. Throw that out.
I'm talking about the emotions. I'm talking about in that moment when I'm miserable.
Disagree with the emotion, but I would add this. That is what I'm saying.
You're adding something that shows you disagree.
No, it shows I don't want you to be on the straitjacket.
God, this is
like, first of all, for you to tell me, because you enjoy your misery. Who on earth? I'm sure there's 50,000
I
miles.
could literally say the sky's blue. He would say, no, it's not. I'd say, what's color is it?
I got 50,000 assholes because that's me. I enjoy mine. No, you don't.
Okay, here's the thing.
What you make a joke about it with someone else who feels exactly the same way.
I could say the sky is blue, and then RJ would say, I don't disagree, but it's red.
Well, I don't disagree, but right now it's black.
So he disagrees.
No, I don't. Because you know what's going to happen in about 5-6 hours?
I'm talking about right now, motherfucker.
Yeah, I said I don't disagree, but right now it's black.
No, the sky is blue right now.
No, it's not. It's black. Look, what color is that?
Disagree or agree?
I don't disagree, but right now it's black.
So you do disagree?
No!
If I said...
I know that when the sun is up, the sky is blue.
If I said...
But when the sun is down.
If I said... This is crazy that he's actually arguing this. It shows the insanity.
I'm reveling in this right now.
So I said the sky is blue right now. And he said, I don't disagree, but it's black.
At the moment.
So you do disagree?
No, I agree that it's normally blue.
I didn't say the sky is normally blue. I said the sky is blue right now.
I don't disagree with that. But it looks black. You know what would change that? The flashlight. The big flashlight comes over the horizon and see, it's blue.
Do y'all see what I'm dealing with?
Do y'all see what I'm dealing with?
I really hope that one day we can have comments on our videos and people can go,
I really hope.
Yeah, I don't know what
someone goes, Tom, he's messing with you and you're eating it up.
I really hope you're messing with me. Like, tell me now you are.
I disagree with that, but
God.
That's
all right,
bad.
46 minutes on a think piece.
Just the gift that
this guy cannot take a side, as usual.
Oh, really?
He's a fence sitter.
Am I for Russia or Ukraine? Ask me.
Are you for Russia
or Ukraine? Who am I for?
I hate Russia. Do you agree or disagree?
I asked me.
I hate Russia. Do you?
I didn't disagree, but I'm asking you.
You don't disagree with that?
But I'm asking you, what did I say? What did I say? Ask me the question. Ask me the question.
Do you hate Russia?
Yes.
Then why didn't you just agree with me?
Because I was talking about me, not you. I know how you feel. I asked you to ask me how I felt. And you go, I hate Russia. I'm like, I don't disagree with that, but ask me how I feel.
Right, but what if you, that's how
you see, there is again, it's legit. It's not him, not me patronizing him or thinking I'm better than him or the hell with him. It's like, no. I understand. I don't agree with you how you feel. Ask me how I feel.
Right, but if I'm but if I'm saying,
and you know I'm right.
I hate.
You know I'm right.
But if I say I hate Russia, and you feel the exact same way, you would say I agree. You wouldn't say I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that, but I can literally do it without even thinking about it because I'm.
But you agree with it? It doesn't make any sense.
When I was in that moment, I was asking you to ask me what I thought. I didn't ask what you thought. I asked you to ask me what I thought.
Right, but
what did you do?
But it doesn't change the fact that I said what I thought and you didn't disagree with it.
I didn't, but I didn't ask you that question. What I asked you was how to ask me how I feel.
It's not about the question you asked.
It was for me. That's why I said what I said. I don't disagree with you being mad at hating Russia, but I asked you to ask me how I feel, not ask you how you feel.
I understand that.
Apparently not.
But why wouldn't you?
Because the first thing you did was tell me what you thought.
Right, but why wouldn't you agree with it?
I didn't disagree with you. All I said was, see, there it is again. Now he's got me saying it, not even trying to say it.
I didn't ask if you didn't disagree.
Now you've got me saying it, and I didn't even try to say it. Because you keep putting it out there where it's totally easy to say it because it's just a genuine thought. It's not me patronizing you or putting you down or thinking I'm better than you. It's saying, yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I didn't ask you that question.
I don't think it's you patronizing me. I think it's you not taking a stand.
I didn't get to take a stand because I asked you to ask me to take a stand, and you didn't do that. I could have taken a stand. I said, Tom, ask me what I think. Ask me how I feel about this. And you're like, I hate them. I didn't ask you that.
No,
yeah,
you didn't
the problem is I just made sense.
No.
And yes, I did.
You didn't say that. You said, I don't disagree with that, but ask me.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just say, I agree, now ask me?
What difference does it make?
Because I don't disagree is not a statement of agreement.
Actually, it's implying you agree.
Okay. But I asked. We're going to have to disagree on that.
I don't disagree with that either.
How can you not disagree with that?
You are making this so easy to do. No wonder why your friends keep doing this to you. It's pretty obvious. All right, anyway, so moving on.
Baker Mayfield for
our last segment of the night. Well, we're ending with last. There you go. Baker Mayfield last. Baker Mayfield has a new job. A new team. He was acquired in a trade. It was for a conditional I don't know what round pick it was.
It's a fifth-round pick that could become a fourth-round pick if he plays a certain number of snaps, if the team does performance-wise does well.
Let me get this straight. A guy who was a Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 pick, and the last time he was healthy, the Browns went 12-4. He wasn't healthy last year. In fact, if any, he showed character by not being a pussy and playing hard. And he was playing with a separated shoulder and he had a slew of injuries. And that kid.
Let's adjust that too. He didn't act like a ball sack.
And that kid.
Because a ball sack is the more sensitive.
We're not being sensitive right now. Okay, we're being honest. Okay, and we're being honest. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield did the one thing that all of us fans hope our athletes do, and he's getting trashed for it. Okay, and the bottom line is, had Baker Mayfield gone to the bench, your backup wasn't a better option, even if he was hurt. That's the fucking truth.
Who was their backup?
I don't even know, and that's clue number 1. Because if he was any good, you'd have known his fucking name. I would have known his name. Somebody would have known his name.
What do you have, a torn labrum?
Who?
Baker?
Baker had a slew of things. He had like 3 or 4 injuries going on there, and he kept playing.
Yeah, that's true.
And he did what everybody... See... This is why I hate misery, because people get miserable about that. This motherfucker is out there busting his ass because he knows what the coach... And by the way, you know why the coaches keep rolling him out there? Because they know he's their best option. If there was a better option, don't you think somebody would have stepped in and said, Baker, shut it down? No, there wasn't a better option. They had high expectations. They took the Chiefs down the wire 2 years ago. They went like 12. They were legit, man. People were talking about them. Super Bowl was in the sentence, and nobody was laughing about it. Okay, for the first time in forever, my lifetime probably. So for him to man up and do what everybody, just give me an athlete that cares, man, and plays through. If this kid did that, and he got trashed for it, and he went and got a freaking guy who was sexually assaulted or whatever, tormented or abused. How many women? Tormented? All of the above would qualify, given what he's alleged of doing.
I guess you're right.
So he gets there's that number again, $231 million, or $43 million, guaranteed, and there's probably a suspension coming from the league. What the fuck is wrong with this country? What the fuck is wrong with this planet? What the fuck is wrong with you if you think like that? Okay? Because as mad as I am at Jason Tatum, if Jason Tatum was hurt and he was trying to play through this, I would absolve him of everything that I said right here and now. Because at least he's man up and trying to play. Time Lord, he did it. Marcus Smart.
Most of the guys
no, we're just telling you everybody's they're hurt, but they're not necessarily injured. If you're hurt, you can play. If you're injured, you can't. Okay?
Yeah, but it sucks playing hurt, too.
No, it does. It doesn't. And if Tatum was playing that way, I absolve him of everything. Okay? Any athlete that plays, that's why Bill Buckner, I thought, got railroaded for so many years, and he was playing hurt. And then we're seeing it again. Okay, you don't like the result, but you get the hell out there healthy and see what you can do. Before you judge a guy who's out there freaking with one shoulder like this, he's in a body cast from the waist up, and he's out there competing against who? The best freaking athletes in the world. Some of them at their position. Stop it! I'm not going to listen to that. Okay, so
we know how you feel about Cleveland, but what do you think about him going to
And it wasn't everybody in Cleveland, because some of you weren't like that. Some of you wanted him to stay, and I've read some of these websites. I know it's not all of you, so I'm not accusing all of you of that, but you know what I'm talking about.
But what do you think about Carolina?
I think Carolina made a great decision because they didn't give up a whole lot to get him. What the fuck's a 5th-round draft pick? Who gives a shit about that? Okay? They didn't give up a lot to get him, and if he's healthy... Well, last time he was healthy, he went 27-15, and his team was 12-4. And you have a running back who's never had a quarterback. Okay, so now you got a guy that actually can drop back and he'll throw the ball, he'll sling it. Okay, and he's not the best passer in the league. I ain't saying that, but he's capable. He's capable. Okay, and he's got any weapons on the outside. He's going to have a running game, which a running game I've always told him is a quarterback's best friend, because when you can play action and buy yourself 2 extra seconds, that's everything.
You've always told me that.
Yeah. I've always brought up about the running game, and that's a quarterback's best friend.
That's the oldest thing in the book.
And it's also the truest thing in the book. And if you doubt that, go watch Tom Brady. Okay? At any point.
I don't doubt it.
In any event, say I don't disagree. But you can say that. So you can say that, Tom, and I would bite your head off.
You're saying you could doubt it. I'm saying, I have no reason to doubt it. Everybody says that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Okay? So my point is that he can totally win this job, because who the hell believes in that? Who's the kid down there right now, came from New York?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, who the fuck believes in him right now? I mean, who really believes in him?
But that's a funny part of it, because Baker was the first pick in that draft, and Darnold was the 3rd pick in that draft.
Yeah. That's ironic how that... Yeah,
and now they're both on the same team.
Fighting for a job. Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just weird. It's like It's crazy.
Baker's been to the playoffs. Baker's won a playoff game, and Baker went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes in his stadium and held up for a pretty long time. And he's not the best QB in the league. He's not a savior, but he's capable. And the other thing we know is that he's not in his prime yet, age-wise. So technically, he can still get better. We'll see what he's learned.
But team-wise, okay.
Team-wise, he's tough as nails and he plays hurt.
Yeah, but I'm saying, team-wise, Carolina is not as good, talent speaking, as Cleveland.
They have one running back. Cleveland has two.
And Cleveland has
they have Landry on the outside. Their front four, Clowney. Their front four is good.
Cleveland has Clowney?
Not Clowney. Who's the guy? Who's the down lineman for them? He's an edge rusher. What the hell?
Oh, big guy.
Yeah, he's good.
The guy that got in a fight with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, what's his name? He's good. It's not Clowney. What the hell's his name? Maybe it is
Miles something. Miles
Garrett?
Garrett.
What the fuck are we doing? We have a fucking phone.
No, it's Miles Garrett.
Just look at the roster.
He's the one that ripped up. So that's.
I'll look at the roster.
No, it's Miles Garrett.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
he's the one that tore off the Pittsburgh quarterback's head.
Yes.
Okay, Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just saying this. I agree that it's an upgrade from Sam Darnold. They gave up
nothing.
Max value they gave up is a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
If they're not good, it's a 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they gave up nothing.
So I totally agree with that. Yeah. But my thing is you got Baker Mayfield, but your team's not as good as the team he came from.
If McCaffrey is healthy,
there's
he's
no way.
As good as Hunter.
I agree, but when has he ever been healthy?
Well, he usually is healthy to start the season, so we'll see what happens this year.
No, McCaffrey is unbelievable.
If you have Baker Mayfield, you don't have to focus now on just McCaffrey. You can divvy up. You can throw the ball more.
Who do they have? Robbie Anderson?
They've got some good receivers. They got some solid guys on the outside, some tall ones too. And so Baker's always needed. Well, all running backs need. All quarterbacks need a running game, but Baker's got another running back who's a Pro Bowl caliber running back when he's healthy. And now the running back has a quarterback that if he has to go back and throw it 30 times, he can do it. That's what I'm saying. So
Baker 30 times a game?
He did at times. There were multiple games where he did that in the year that they made the playoffs.
Okay.
He had a good year. His numbers were good. Not super. He was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't the problem. Mm-hmm. And so again, I don't think he's a savior, but I don't think you need a savior. You need a guy who's good.
Right.
You need a guy who will do things like he did last year, where he played hurt, mm-hmm. where his teammates should have fucking galvanized him for that one thing. Okay, I'm not saying he handled the Odell situation well, because God knows he didn't. But if nothing else, he showed up to work and he played hurt, so he's tough and he's resilient, and that's what you want in a quarterback. Those are qualities you want, and he's got them. So that's not a guy dumped for a guy who's sexually assaulted 25 women. I don't care how much more talented he is. Okay, because by the way, if he gets away with this, you know what's going to happen? He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again, and then maybe next time somebody really gets hurt. He is a professional athlete, by the way. So I don't want to hear about $243 million for a guy who's accused. And listen, we never really delved into this, but the reality is this: there's no way 25 women are lying. There's no way.
That would be quite the conspiracy.
That would be quite. I want to see this. This would be right up there with JFK and the magic bullet bullshit. Okay, so that's where this would be. 25 women are all lying. Okay, from different states, 25 women are making this up. Really? Okay. Really? 25 women? There's no freaking way they're lying. Let me clue you in on this. I hate people to think like this. Well, it was only one or two of them. If it was one of them, it's the equivalent of 25. It's equivalent of 250,000. One is too many. One is not acceptable. Okay? So if that's in your freaking thick skull, then freaking go seek help. Because honestly, that's the last take you said. If one woman is right, he's as guilty as he was if all 25 are right. And he shouldn't be playing football. Okay? And if the Patriots did this, I would literally not watch them. Because this is disgusting. I'm a husband and a father. It's 20-something drunk fan who just wants to see teams win. I actually have a soul now, and common sense, and decency. And this motherfucker shouldn't be playing football right now. And this is a slap in the face to all those damn women. All of them. And that's not politically correct. That's the fucking truth. Okay? And if you are married and you don't understand that, you got a different problem.
I don't think you have to be married to understand that.
I think it helps because you're there today with someone that you made that commitment to her. If you're a husband and you don't understand this, you got a different problem.
No, but you tell me if you're single, you're going to be like, oh yeah, sexual assault's all good.
No, you understand it, but it's different than when you're living with a woman every day. You really, because you see everything. They're just like us in so many ways. You know what I mean? It's like they're like, this is even worse than I thought it was. It's even worse than I thought it was.
I mean, that's sad if you're saying that.
I'm saying that married men have a different perspective than single guys
it's sad
who just
that,
go and
like,
blow $1,000 every weekend to watch their football team win.
It's just sad that men can't evolve quicker.
Yeah,
and I'm part of that too.
Listen,
because I think you're kind of right.
I have done this.
Single guys wouldn't understand it the same way.
Not they don't.
Or maybe
and I know because
dads.
I've been on both sides of it now, and I know that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't know it before when I was 24. I didn't get it. I didn't have 2 kids, and I didn't have a mortgage, and I didn't have a woman that I can't stand even more than 5 feet away from.
That's a nice, though.
That's a nice problem. It is sad, but we don't evolve like that. This is where women are smarter in that regard. They're always thinking ahead like that. And maybe it's because they're going to be moms, and that's the motherly instinct. Maybe that's why. I don't know why, but the point is they do. Okay, it doesn't mean they're more intelligent. Maybe they just care more. Because men don't give a shit about a lot of things. They just don't. I tell you right now, I can give you a list of what I care about. It's probably one hand of things I care about in this whole fucking world. Okay? But I've narrowed it down to what's really important. Okay? And on this topic, okay.
That's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yes. Okay, on this topic
where
this dude is basically getting awarded 200. If you're a woman, think about how a woman's thinking about this. This guy has sexually assaulted 25 women, and his punishment is $243 million. Guaranteed. How would you?
That's the type of shit women deal with all the time.
But that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's just openly saying we don't. And then
that type of stuff happens on every level of life.
I know, and it's not fair.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's terrible. And now that I'm a husband and a father, a daughter, now I really see it, which is terrible. I knew it was bad. I just didn't understand how bad.
But as a man, there's still some of it that you don't see.
I'll never understand it because I can't walk in their shoes. Yeah. That I can never do that. Women tell you, and they're right about it. You can't experience care. No, I can't. I don't have it. It's not possible. Okay, I try to sympathize and have some empathy, but I can't see your side of it. I can't walk in your shoes. I get that. I understand that, and that's what I'm saying here. As bad as I can feel about it, I can never feel as bad as my wife does. Look at Brittany Griner right now, ladies and gentlemen. Are you kidding me? If that was LeBron James, you telling me he's still over in Russia?
That's kind of a good point.
And I'm not knocking LeBron for this. I'm knocking our society for this. Our society has this damn problem. Oh, because she's African American and she's lesbian. And you know who you are too. Okay, that's a joke. That's a
people
joke.
Saying shit like that.
Listen to this. One guy that I forget who his name was. I'd love to see him see this right now too. He said, "Oh, LeBron," because someone said if it was LeBron, he'd be home right now. He goes, "Oh, LeBron, you can have him too." Yeah, that asshole. You know who you are, you piece of shit.
What? Somebody said that on Facebook?
It was on Facebook. Yeah. He put that there, and I'm like, "Are you kidding? What level of where are you at?"
Yeah, that's just foul.
That's terrible. If that was, we'll keep him too. Look, I don't like LeBron. I don't want him in that situation. Okay?
No, nobody does.
I don't really feel about him as an athlete. It's different as a man, as a person. As a person, as a man, he's exemplary.
But she had weed oil on her.
That cat.
And they got her locked up. Give me a fucking break.
I mean, come on, man. This is a political thing. They want to get some Russian guy that we got over here released. I forget his name. And I would believe that.
No, but that's kind of a good point.
I would believe that about Putin. I would believe that about Putin because Putin's a slime ball in a sea of pus like that. But
if that was LeBron, I think you're right.
Oh yeah,
it'd be a major deal.
It'd be a major deal. And because this poor girl, who's done nothing wrong other than be a professional athlete, done right by everybody that she's ever encountered in her life, and because she's a female African American lesbian basketball player. I'm ashamed of this country. Somebody said this the other day. America didn't deserve their birthday this year. I agree with that statement.
Damn.
I agree with that statement. And I will have a conversation with anybody that doesn't. And I'm not talking about the people that died for this country. This isn't about them. Okay? This is about how we haven't evolved. Like, we're still having conversations about this shit in 2022. We've made so many advances in so many walks of life. And on the one thing that really matters, we're stuck in the mud. That's fucking embarrassing. That tells you where our priorities lie, okay? And for that girl to still be over there, and this is disgusting on so many levels. And honestly, this is the war I would support, okay? This is the one I would go, yeah, you know what? I'll go with you. This is bullshit, okay? This is bullshit. If they'd never take me, but I'll go with you. Yeah, absolutely. This one's worth it. And some people can't see that, and it's because of the way they're raised. Because you don't think like that. You're taught that shit.
But see, here's one thing. You said you said this isn't about the people who died for the country.
No.
Here's my thing. Being honest about where the country is very patriotic. And to me, it respects those that lost their life for this country more, because the fact that there are people dying, you know, in other countries, serving our military, in this country, wherever, the fact that there are people dying for freedom, we need to make sure they don't die in vain. We need to make sure as a country we live up to the country that we can be at its fullest potential.
Why are we having our poor... And I listen, I will tell you right now, and I've said this to many of my military friends, not one of them is paid what they're worth. I value their necks a lot more than 40, 50 grand a year, ladies and gentlemen, and free housing. That doesn't even tip the iceberg for me. Okay, they're going over there and they're defending this shit. Okay, and we have to make sure what they're defending is worth defending.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
we have to live up to.
We have to live up to. We talk about being the greatest nation. Well, we don't look like it right now. We really don't look like it right now. Okay, when stuff like that's going on, when we have on the 4th of July, we have another white male Caucasian who shot down 6 people, injured 21 others, and then he fled the scene, and not one bullet got put in his behind. But the African American kid who resisted arrest got boom.
Jalen Walker.
That's embarrassing. That's fucking embarrassing.
While he was running away.
While he was running away, a kid. Okay, because he fled, he was a scared kid, and you gun him down. But this white dude who executed 6 innocent white people, okay, and he ran after a smell, he was taken into custody. What are we trying here? Why isn't the bullet in his eyes? When you kill one innocent person, you cease to exist in my book. I don't want to hear about, you're a vigilante. No, I'm not. It's called an eye for an eye. And when you kill an innocent, defenseless person, you don't deserve mercy. You don't deserve mercy. I'm wasting my tax dollars to keep this.
Those are the people that should get.
They're the ones that should die. Okay, that's terrible. This 13-year-old kid ran away and he got lit him up like a Christmas tree. And this guy killed 6 people and he's in custody.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people? Some of you, not all of you, because some of you understand where I'm coming from here.
Right. You do a mass shooting. You could get shot in the back. You could get shot.
I don't care. That's the one scenario where the cops should hold him up and they did. That's the one guy. There's the one-off right there. That guy who kills 6 innocent people.
But then, because then the kid who runs from you.
Yeah, runs from police because he's a scared.
And I know they said something about they thought they saw a gunshot out the side of the window. When he's running the other way,
it's kind of hard to shoot when you're running away.
Come on.
I mean, we see it in the movies all the time, and they're all Sylvester Stallone. They, 70 yards away, one fucking bullet wipes out a cornfield. Yeah, bullshit. Okay, that's not what's happening. Okay, so my point is, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go here.
The point about LeBron versus Brittany Griner.
This whole thing about real. Listen, I'm not mad at LeBron James; it's his fault. But there's a double standard in this country that needs to stop. It's disgusting. And if we're the show that's openly yelling this at people, then so be it. Because honestly, that's one reason why I do this show, is because I learn from people that are watching this every day. Some of my friends, and they teach me every day. But here's one for everybody. Wake up and realize what's really important, what really matters. Wake up. Because that's part of the reason we're in this mess right now. Okay, where are we at right now? It's July 7th. How many shootings have we had this year? How many people have died this year in this country from this bullshit? Because people want to argue, don't let a freaking 18-year-old with no qualifications walk in there with a driver's license and get a weapon that can kill a crowd with like that. Okay? That's a joke.
Yeah. We gotta let the guns go, man.
I'm not talking. I have a ton of friends who are gun owners. I am not talking about you. I'm not trying to infringe upon your rights. I know you wouldn't do this, and I understand the guns don't.
But you gotta let them go. But
you gotta have some regulations here.
They're the most important
how does this country come out and overturn Roe versus Wade, and this is still where it is?
Right.
And then
that goes back to the masculine patriarchy that started this conversation. Roe v. Wade can get overturned because men wanted it done against women.
That's terrible.
And guns can't get overturned because white men don't want that shit overturned. And I understand that's a generalization. There's plenty of black people, brown people, all sorts of people that want guns. Yeah. But in general, it's because man wants it and they get that shit. Yeah. And we all and let's not be naive. We contribute to all this. We do. Male.
But I am openly saying right now that Brittany Griner should already have been back here, ladies and gentlemen. And the fact that she is not, and that I heard today. Actually, I heard that Joe Biden called her today, and I'm glad he did. But why didn't he call her 5 months ago? Why didn't he call the second this happened? Where was the president? Hey, look, that war going on over there, we're not in it directly. We're supplying things, and I'm glad we are. But that's not our biggest problem right now. That's not close to our biggest problem right now, okay?
And Brittany Griner is a tax-paying citizen.
Brittany Griner
she pays a lot of taxes.
Brittany Griner has done so much for so many people in her very young life, and to be treated like this makes me sick. It literally makes me sick. If it doesn't make you sick, then you're part of the problem, okay? Anyway, so
bring her home.
Closing this segment off, this
is quite the segment.
This is quite the segment. How did it go? This is the beauty of this show. We don't know where it's going to go. We just don't know where it's going to go.
No, well, we were talking about Deshaun Watson, and then we started talking about how women face that kind of shit.
This guy
get assaulted.
This guy, because he can throw a football and run around like blindfolded and avoid landmines. He's so athletically gifted that he gets a pass for this.
But in addition to the fact that he can throw a football, he's a man.
And not only can he throw a pass,
in a male-dominated society.
But does he not go to jail? But he's getting $243 million guaranteed. How on earth?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's laughable. It's absolutely laughable. And football. And look, I understand.
Deshaun Watson's not the only one.
He's not. He's just the latest. He's just the latest. But the point is that
our fucking president.
Yeah, I understand. Our
president said the shit Donald Trump said. Yeah. Talked about grabbing women by the you-know-what. And he got elected by men and women.
Look at what happened to the Deadskins or the Commanders, whatever you call them now. Look at that guy with the culture that he created in there.
Daniel Snyder.
Look at all that shit. Are you kidding me? How is he not in jail right now? I'll tell you why. It's called the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. And if you got enough gold, you can buy your way out of some of those rules.
That was quite the nugget.
So that's just no secret. Okay. So anyway,
we're wrapping
up this segment. I am happy for Baker Mayfield. He got a slap in the face for gutting it up. He got replaced by this clown.
Hopefully he has a good year.
And if this clown wins the Super Bowl or 5 in Cleveland, it still won't erase what he did. Let me be very clear about that. Okay? If he becomes Tom Brady, it still won't.
They're not going to win 5 in Cleveland.
I'm being hypothetical. One championship won't. Nothing will erase what he has done.
Yeah.
Or offset it. It will not offset it. It won't. Okay? Short of him going and apologizing and taking care of the rest of those 25 women and making sure that they're satisfied to their satisfaction, that this is over, which he ain't going to do. He threw money at it like they always do.
Yeah, all he can do is change. He needs to change as a human being. He needs to grow.
The kid's young. And I'm not saying
be a better man.
He can't be a better man, but he needs to be a better man right now.
He can be a better man.
He needs to be a better man right now. And whoever enabled him to do this or turned a blind eye to it, because I can't believe nobody knew about this. That's too hard.
Yeah. Him evolving and being a better man doesn't change the fact that he did that. He'll always have to live with that. But he can change and be a better human being.
He can't improve. He should. He needs to.
He needs to.
He needs to realize the gift that he was given here. And I don't know why he got it. What did he do to deserve it? Okay, but he got it. The point is he needs to take advantage of it in the right way.
He fucked it up. He needs to be better.
He needs to be starting a freaking pro tour where he goes around and talks about this and how not to do it. Maybe he should do that. Maybe that would make it up. There's a start.
Like what Vic did with dogs.
Yeah, I give credit for he did that.
And this is different. We're talking about
women.
We're talking about people.
Women. Okay, this is ridiculous. It's
more important than dogs.
Yeah, it's way more important than dogs, and he needs to. And maybe that's something he should be considering strongly. There's a little hint for you, Deshaun.
It'd be tough to find that authentic, though.
I
want to believe people can change.
If he did it on his own, I don't care. If someone suggests and he goes, you know what? Yeah, I need to do that. That counts, because then he's realizing he's got a problem, or he needs to fix it. Okay, he needs to do right by these women and make it right, and that's the best way to do it, because he's not going to go serve time in a jail cell.
Well, if he can influence other men to not go down that path.
That's what I'm talking about. Go around the country and do these, and don't take money for it.
Don't talk to women. We don't need to hear.
Talk to the men about it. Not the women. Women don't need to hear.
Women don't need to hear your mouth.
No. So that's the hope, or what I would hope for with Deshaun Watson. I understand the Cleveland fan base is thirsty for a championship, and you're in a real conundrum here, which to me is not a conundrum, but I'm looking at it from afar.
Well, what would you do? Would you root?
No.
I wouldn't watch him. You wouldn't watch him? Really?
If Robert Kraft did this tomorrow, I would rip down everything.
Dude, but Robert Kraft got caught getting,
He paid for that.
He paid for that, but women that are in that situation, a lot of them are being sexually trafficked.
I know. And maybe they were in that situation. I don't know. Right. What happened there? I'm not saying I'm not exonerating him from that.
No, but I'm saying, but you still watch.
He went out and did what so many rich single old men do. Okay,
know, but now nobody
and they caught him on because the cameras were rolling. Nobody came out, as far as I know, and filed a complaint against him. They just caught it on film.
So they were being federally investigated. That massage parlor
for
human trafficking.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's happened in places where that's not happening.
But my point is that if you go and get yourself beat off, or you get a blowjob from somebody in a situation like that, and they're being trafficked and forced to be in that situation, it's
bad. Yeah, but he didn't know that, and two, he didn't contribute.
He didn't know that.
He doesn't know if they're being human trafficked in there.
You don't think so? A billionaire doesn't know what's happening.
I think he knows where he can go pay for that.
And where can you go get that?
But that doesn't mean but that doesn't. You don't know if that's. I'm not saying it's not happening.
I think most of the women in those situations, that's what's happening. RJ.
What about a prostitute?
No. Somebody who chooses to receive money to have sex
or to provide sexual service.
Right. I wouldn't.
Well, that's how you know. That's what I'm saying. How do you know?
I'm saying it is known that in these situations, many of the women who are providing those sexual favors in these massage parlors are being trafficked, or they're being forced into doing this.
Okay.
To make
you're saying?
I'm just saying,
Bill Barbara Kraft knew that and went in there?
Hell yeah. I'm saying you're a billionaire.
I'm saying
you're smart enough to know that.
No, you have someone to know where to go get a happy ending.
There's so many people around him. He is very smart. He wouldn't have a billion without, and he's gonna know. Dude, that place.
But they didn't see nobody. No, here's the thing. No woman, and if one of them comes forward tomorrow and files a complaint, okay,
we can't go. They have no rights.
I know that. I'm saying he doesn't. I'm not saying. I don't know that he knew. I don't know that he knew that. I'm going to say it was wrong what he did.
Some woman who's being sexually trafficked can't come out and file a lawsuit. She's probably getting deported.
She's probably already gone.
Right.
But we don't know who that one did.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I brought this up because I think sometimes. Sometimes we hold people accountable differently.
What if the woman who did this, and again, this is a hypothetical, I have no proof of this. What if the woman who did this, by night is a prostitute and by day has this job, and she takes the money?
So you're saying she's a voluntary sex worker?
She offers to do it.
Yeah.
What if that happens? So I don't know what happens. I'm not saying you're wrong. I know what happened.
Right. No. and I'll agree with that. If a woman chooses to do that to make money, that's fine. I'm talking about in these massage parlors.
Yeah.
It is known that many of them are not in good situations, and they're being forced to do this. Some of them immigrant women.
All right. So what if he paid her though? He gave her the money. She took it and then performed the favor. So she keeps the money.
She doesn't keep the money. She's being trafficked. She doesn't have any rights.
Yeah, that's if he doesn't know. But what if he doesn't know that?
My point is, he should know that.
If he's had maybe he's had prostitutes do this before.
Of course he has.
Okay, then. So maybe that's what he's thinking.
No, but my point is, he needs to be better than that.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
My point is, he's just as bad.
I don't know. I'm not saying he's wrong here.
Right.
Okay. All I'm saying is I don't know the circumstances behind it. So how far?
That's why I think you'd probably watch it, Deshaun Watson.
But if he did this, if he called an escort service and they go out to dinner and they're in,
that's different.
So I'm saying I don't know I don't know who it was. I don't know what his scenario. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who it was. And if it's that situation, absolutely you're right. I don't know the situation.
Maybe you should look into it.
Maybe he did. I don't know. No one. They don't. You know how they don't want to. This is not going to make the news. This is all going to be hush.
All I'm saying is,
so we're never going to know.
All I'm saying is, this is everywhere. Yeah. And if you stopped watching your team because of what somebody who works for that team did,
so you're saying because of what he did, I should not watch the Patriots?
No, I'm not saying that
because I don't know what he. I don't. Here's the thing. The reason
according to your standards, maybe you might think about not watching.
I would if I knew but I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I don't know what happened with him.
Okay.
If he did this and he knew about that, yeah, done. I would have no problem.
Got him on camera.
Done. If he did that, he knew about it. He knew what the circumstance was behind. Done. Yeah, done.
You wouldn't watch them anymore.
Nope, I would not.
But my point is that
do it myself. I can play football and watch 50.
There's probably guys all over the league that do that.
Of course there are. Look at what's happening here. This is
So how can you say you wouldn't watch your team? I feel like we need to stop watching sports if that's
No,
the case.
I'm saying if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you have quite the conundrum.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
I don't know what you would do if my team hadn't won in, what was it, 1958? Yeah, 1958. So we're talking 64 years.
Yeah.
They wrote books on the fucking Red Sox bullshit. Okay, and that was bullshit. Okay, that was racism. Cleveland's not a racist city. At least not in terms of they weren't the last professional team to hire an African American athlete. Okay,
Cleveland had Larry Doby, who was the first African American to play in the American League.
I mean, I'm not saying there's no racism in Cleveland, but I'm saying by and large that's not their problem. It's kind of the whole country. So it's the whole country's problem. But I'm saying that's not what you think of when you think of the Cleveland Browns.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying. With the Red Sox, that's the first thing you think of. If you know your history,
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So my point is that with Cleveland, with a fan base there, that's generation to generation. Those people are amazing to me. They're one of the best fan bases in all sports. So you have quite. What do you do? Like, especially if you're like me. If I was a Cleveland Brown fan, and my team hasn't won in 60. If I'm 65, or I'm 58, or I'm 47, this is all I've known for my whole life, and now suddenly you got a shot at Deshaun Watson because he's
Deshaun Watson.
Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson was the receiver for the Eagles.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Watson. I corrected myself.
I know. I was just pointing out who Deshaun Jackson was.
Anyway, so my point is that I understand that conundrum to a point, but if you're, like I said, if you, especially if you're married with kids, how do you even look at your wife going, we're going to go spend, we're up those season tickets.
Okay, but my point is,
and your wife's looking at you going, you're going to do what?
Let me inject some honesty, Andy. Let me inject some honesty, okay? I think I would still watch. I would kind of just not be into him, okay? But even if I knew one of the Mets starting pitchers was a murderer, okay? I would still watch, and it's fucked up, and I know that's perpetuating.
So he's a convicted murderer. He wouldn't be pitching.
How do you know?
Maybe he got out. Convicted murderer?
If he got out and was throwing 97,
if he got out with a 12-6, he's probably 97. Okay.
Look, no. Okay, what if he was accused of multiple murders? Yeah. Same way Deshaun Watson has been accused of multiple sexual assaults.
25 no evidence. At home.
Let's say some Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Okay, if he didn't die,
found out later what he was.
If he didn't die, but he went to the Giants, I would still watch the Giants, and that might be fucked up. Now, I wouldn't go get an Aaron Hernandez jersey.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But
because there's 44 other guys over there that never did anything wrong in their life, or 43, whatever it is.
That's why, I wouldn't root for that guy. Yeah, but I would still.
That's fair.
I think I would still.
That's
be
fair. That's fair. You know? No, I mean I could. Yeah, and because what I would say to my wife is I'm not rooting for him.
Right.
But I have a Nick Chubb jersey,
right?
Or I have a Landry jersey, or I have a Myles Garrett jersey. That's my guy,
right? And
this guy just happens to be there.
And with Robert Kraft, I'm not rooting for Robert Kraft.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for him.
If somebody asked me about it,
that's a fair point.
I don't know.
That's a fair point. I didn't really think about it that way, but that's a fair point. Because Troy Brown's playing, and Troy Brown never did a damn thing in his life other than smoke weed with my brother.
What's wrong with that?
We're not faulting him for that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
I know that. And I have a Troy Brown jersey that he knows to his disgust I wear every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful color. That blue and silver is kind of slick. You gotta admit it. It's pretty cool looking. You hate it?
I prefer the blue and gray with a little bit of red.
All right, fuck you.
Actually, that's what y'all are too.
We are. Well, you know what they're talking about? Bringing back the old uniforms.
I don't even know.
The old Pat Patriot. Oh, I show you the symbol. This thing is best. That one and the Raider. The Oakland Raider, they kept the Raider. Those are the two best symbols in all of football to me.
Can I just call out a great moment?
What?
This is the first time in our brief history where you made a point and I actually, changed your opinion a little bit.
You did.
I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of you for accepting it. You
should retire.
Should I leave?
Do you realize what you just did?
Should I Costanza?
No one in their life has ever done what this.
Should I Costanza and just end the night now?
The level of stubbornness on this side of the bar is you can't measure with existing technology.
Dude, I just made a point, and he said, "No, you know what?
That's a good
fair
point.
It's a fair point. No, you kind of
The power of the Jedi. Anything's possible. So anyway,
That's it.
We're going to end this segment, come back with one more brief.
One more brief, 25, 30
25
minutes.
minutes. But thank you guys for watching. It's good to be back. On a wet my whistle whiny Wednesday. Well, only one of us is whining tonight because his team won.
I love the Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday cadence.
It's kind of cool. I like it.
Gets
you
me
fired up for the weekend.
Gets me through the
Then you
week.
get a chance to regurgitate something, get fired up for the next week, and
Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday cadence.
I think it's pretty good. I like it.
WTS.
IDD for those of you scoring at home. Anyway, we will be back very, very soon.